know about Mr. Balthazar, but you need to be looking for something more than odd jobs. You have a daughter that you need to take care of.
I am taking care of my daughter.
I'm sure you're doing the best that you can, but your daughter needs a stable home environment. She can't be moved around place to place.
I'm doing the best that I can.
No one is saying that you aren't. Where are you living now?
We just moved into a new place.
Oh, do you have an address for me so I can update your file?
Actually, no, not with me.
Is your daughter currently enrolled in school?
Of course. You think I'd take my daughter out of school?
Perhaps, if you had no permanent address to put on her records. Joe, I'm not here to judge you. I'm just trying to help. Here's a place in town where I think you might be able to get some work. And when you get a chance, give me a call or stop by with the address to your new place.
Hi.
It's a nerve-wracking situation.
Great.
You're about to meet your boyfriend's favorite uncle.
Joe, I'd like you to meet Chanel.
Hi.
This is my Uncle Joe.
You're nervous. After all, this is the uncle whose opinion your boyfriend respects the most.
Gage, you're absolutely right. She is a lovely girl, and I understand you know a thing or two about basketball.
You breathe a sigh of relief. Why? Because you've just entered a confirming communication climate, one where people feel valued. Uncle Joe's response indicates he values you and your boyfriend's taste in women.
Endorsement or agreeing with someone is the strongest form of confirming communication, but we can also send confirming messages in other ways.
We can acknowledge the other person's ideas or feelings. We can also communicate a confirming message by simply listening.
So what colleges are recruiting you?
Another way to send a confirming message is to simply recognize the other person exists. In Uncle Joe's case, all it takes is some eye contact with Chanel.
But it doesn't take much to turn a confirming communication climate into a disconfirming one.
A disconfirming climate conveys a lack of regard for the other person.
Joe, this is Chanel. Chanel is my Uncle Joe. Isn't she as good looking as I told you?
Well, she's kind of tall and skinny, if you ask me.
Disagreeing with someone is one form of disconfirming communication. So are personal attacks.
Really? Gage, you need to get your eyes checked.
And when you send a disconfirming message, you better expect to get one back.
Maybe you should have your eyes checked, you short, balding windbag.
Okay, you might not say that exactly, but chances are you'd be thinking it. Even thinking a disconfirming message can affect the communication climate.
As hurtful as Uncle Joe's comments are, the ultimate form of disconfirming communication is to ignore another person's ideas or feelings completely.
Joe, how are you?
Yeah, whatever. Hey, Bob!
It really hurts to be ignored. There are all sorts of disconfirming messages, like verbal abuse. It can either be direct or sarcastic.
Yeah, she's kind of good looking for being as tall as a redwood tree.
Another type of disconfirming message is complaining.
Gage, why do you always have to date these really tall girls?
Uncle Joe could send a disconfirming message by simply refusing to talk with Chanel or Gage. But an impervious response can also be something as simple as not returning a phone call or responding to an email message. If someone repeatedly interrupts someone else, that's a disconfirming message, as is the irrelevant response.
This is Chanel.
So, buddy, how's your batting average doing?
Or Uncle Joe could just change the subject and go off on his own tangent.
Meet her. She's a great basketball player.
Hey, did you see that game last night? I couldn't believe those guys.
I'm out of here.
And there are impersonal responses, like when someone responds with some cliche like,
Hey, you're all right, man. Besides, there's plenty more fish in the sea. You're better off without her.
they sound supportive, but don't really respond to what the person was communicating.
My mother summoned me to her house again to give me the same string of advice and cliches I've been hearing for the last 10 years.
Now, honey, what have I talked to you about these clothes? I've talked to you 100 million times about dress for success. Dress for success.
Clothes. I try and dress nice for
This isn't nice enough. You know you have to have the power suit, the power tie. You're never going to get anywhere without it.
I don't care about things like that, you know. I'm just trying, you know, you're supposed to be making me feel better here.
I am. I'm trying to make you feel better so that you can get a better job, so that you can get a better girlfriend, so that you can make me grandchildren.
I don't even have a girlfriend.
Oh, that brings up another point. Why don't you have a girlfriend?
I'm just not, I don't know. It's Don't pressure me!
Because you don't open yourself up to opportunities. I want grandchildren. That's all I want. It's just
I
grandchildren.
don't need this kind of pressure right now in my life, okay? That's a lot of responsibility. I'm just not willing to.
I'm your mother. I'm just trying to help you.
Mom, please. No, God, why do you always have to?
All I want is grandchildren.
Jeez, why? No, please. Don't
I
cry.
only want the best for you.
God, I cannot believe this. Oh, jeez.
I just want you to be happy.
Now here's our Sunday school class.
I'd like to welcome everybody out to Sunday school today. Do we have any visitors with us? I believe we've seen you here before, but would you mind standing up and introducing yourself again?
I don't want to. Come on, it's easy. It's the thing we do. I'm, George Cheeseman.
George Cheeseman?
Thank you, George. And you two brethren back there, I don't believe we've met you before. Go on, please introduce yourselves.
Yeah, my name is, Robert De Niro.
Paco Mancuso. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to have you.
Why didn't you use a made-up name?
Who took mine?
Okay, let's all turn to John chapter 8.
You know what? I left my, Bible in my other, church.
Me too.